Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us for our part one of our two sessions for the Die RPG, our June game of the month. Before we dive into it, one thing I do want to give a shout out. We are going to be doing a giveaway of the digital copy of volume one of the comic series for Die. I had a great time reading it. I don't know where my copy is now, and we'll get you a digital copy so you can check it out, dive into it. If you're like me, probably end up buying a physical copy down the line, but still have some fun with this world. And this is going to be a two-part series, so make sure to come back this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for the hopefully thrilling conclusion for it. But yeah, so if you haven't yet, stay with us now, but go backwards and check out the video we posted going through our persona generation. We kind of split it in two a little bit, so we've already got our personas, and we're going to set the stage a little bit. So this is a group that used to both be in a grunge band in high school, kind of rebelling against the kind of the preppy culture we've been born into. We've all had a little bit of a silver spoon in our mouths as we went to a prep school, but we were fighting against the man with our new grunge band. But in between sessions or in between kind of gigs, every now and then we pick up a game. And with that, we played, as always, in the furnace room of our prep school, being so graciously allowed to by the custodian Ernie, kind of a friend of the group who just was a cool dude who allowed us to use that furnace room, a real metal setting for our games as well as our practices for our band, just to get us in the spirit. And this was kind of how we all made it through high school for various reasons. But 10 years has passed, and unfortunately, Ernie has passed away. And my character, Vincent, has reached out to the group with an invitation to come back to the furnace room, play one last game in honor of poor Ernie, and to send him off with style. And that's where we'll pick up. So you all are back into the prep school. It's kind of almost a little jarring going through. It's been 10 years since you've walked the halls, most likely. You see, it's definitely kind of shouts we have money to spare. You don't see the usual grunge or kind of just wear and tear that most public schools has. It's shiny, expensive materials, but it's a sharp contrast to the dark and almost dank furnace room where a big table is set up with a box in front of each seat. Next to the box, you see a little bit of a name tag kind of indicating where you should sit. And at the head of the table, you see behind the DM screen, Vincent. And I'm not sure when everybody saw Vincent last, but in high school, he was not like super athletic, but he kind of kept in shape. He had a good head of hair, dark skin, definitely one of those looks that money could buy, even though he tried to grunge it up every now and then. But now you see he's sitting there. He's gained weight, a little pudgier than he was before. His hairline is near the back of his head. And he's just kind of like, he looks tired. You see there's rings under his eyes. His short shirt looks crumpled, and he's always kind of a snappy dresser. And this definitely looks off of his game. But he greets you guys all as you come in. And before we introduce the party, I forgot to mention, so if you do want to enter to win the free volume, which is probably how they can get in there, type die into the content or into the comments. Nightbot will automatically pick you up and get you entered into the winnings. So throw that in there. But as we do that, who wants to arrive first? Who would be the first one to make it to the table again?
Not me. I'll tell you that.
Is that what we're right down to? Just not it?
Not it? Yeah. So if it's all not it, Joey can be first. Because Joey O'Brien definitely has not set foot in the school in over 10 years since he dropped out right before graduation. Should I introduce Joey? How do you want to do it, Tegan?
Oh, yeah, go for it. Yeah, introduce Joey as you come in.
So I'll be playing Joey O'Brien, who was the lyricist and keyboardist for our band Orcus back in the day, and dropped out right before graduation, as I mentioned, and then just started traveling the world as a roadie, thinking that he could, connect with that rock dream, and just kept traveling and kept traveling. And he's only been back to town on, holidays, like Christmas weekends, that sort of thing. But I think, Vincent has regularly received postcards from cool places of history, and definitely any pictures of gods or mythological beings that I've ever run across in my travels. Postcard, weird quote, how you doing, Vincent? So I think I actually show up first, as I've been looking forward to kind of seeing what all of this is about. And I think as the door opens and Joey walks in, he's wearing the same beat up old leather jacket that he used to have back in the day, motorcycle jacket, but it's more beat up and it's chock full of pins and chains from different bands that he's followed around. And his hair is a little spikier now, trying to keep it young, but he looks tired. And he comes in and he sees Vincent and he says, "What the hell, man? Who killed Ernie?"
You see Vincent goes, you see, he got excited as you came in, and he goes, I don't know. The police have been real vague about what happened. I mean, I've asked for details. I tried to lean on them a little bit, but they shifted stories. Somebody said, like, I heard some of the students say he had a heart attack. Somebody say that somebody tried to stab him. I can't get a straight answer from anybody.
Seriously? Someone tried to stab Ernie?
That's what they say, but who would stab Ernie?
That's definitely weird.
Well, either way, I'm glad it's I hate to say it, but I'm glad it's an excuse to get us all back together. I mean, still rocking that beat up jacket, but you've been around the world, man.
Couple of times.
What are you
Not
writing?
on my own dime, though.
Oh.
No writing. Those days are over. I'm just an observer of rock and roll. I just observe now.
Before the rest of them get here, you had talent, man. You can't put that pen down.
It hasn't been the same.
What?
It just hasn't been the same.
You know what? Maybe with this old, kind of getting the dice rolling, getting the crew back together, to get that inspiration pumping again. Get that grunge spirit back in you. But yeah, just you see him kind of point out, and definitely as you guys played with Vincent back in the day with the old RPG, he's definitely like he would pick out where people sat. He was definitely the true definition of a railroader. He wanted everything to be exactly how he wanted it. So I'm like, oh, yep. Your card's over there. There's a box in front of it. Don't open it yet, but hey.
Is there a beer?
Oh, cooler? Vincent, so he has a beer. Oh, see, as I'm drinking a craft beer, like, what's the snobbiest craft beer you could have in 2007?
Well,
he has an imported German beer that you have to like special order. You can't find it in a regular store. He's got it straight in Munich. You got to special order it. And he has like a case.
It would be like Dogfish Head, right? Because they had just started the reality show, probably. That would probably be like,
yeah,
that would be the thing. IPAs.
Beer.
Wait, you're drinking or you got a beer? Oh boy. Yeah.
Sweet. So as Joey takes a seat, who's next to arrive?
Alex, you want to head in?
Yeah, I think Alex and Cerise would end up arriving together at the same time there. Alex is definitely you can tell she's very not put off, but not wanting to be there. Everyone, knowing the relationship that she had with Ernie, just that strong bond of friendship over music and everything, someone that introduced her to kind of set her on the path that she is now as a in the mid 2000s. There's this amazing new technology or media called social media, and she's really just grasping onto that and working for a record label to show them this is the future. We need to get on social media. We need to get on the Facebook and on the Twitter. And but that all went back to Ernie, showing, introducing Alex to Stones, Zeppelin, Hendrix, all the classics that she just wasn't aware of. So it was really hard to come back, but she looked forward to coming back and seeing the rest of the crew. Had since graduation, kind of figured some things out, reconnected with Cerise, and kind of got a thing, I guess.
All right. So one question I should have asked Joey. I keep forgetting that 2007 social media is around, even though I grew up during that period. Who is on MySpace or Facebook at this point? So Alex, I assume you're on one of the two, or both, even.
Yeah. I think, I think MySpace has kind of dwindled at that point. 07, it would have been Facebook. I think Facebook started going.
Everyone's on Facebook.
Yeah, so Facebook, it kind of went past that like only college invite level. So yeah, definitely that. Twitter, probably was, I don't really know when that was really coming out, but yeah, maybe the Instagram.
So one last question before I allow you guys to continue your intro. Cerise and Alex, are you guys like, is your relationship public on social media? I'll ask.
I would say
it's not even legal.
Probably not, I guess, because I think the I think the the rest of the crew not knowing, probably not. So
I think there's probably like pictures on Cerise's Facebook or whatever. Like clearly, she's been with Alex, but there's not like a.
They're just friends. Yeah, wow.
Just palling around,
Those girls go on a vacation a lot. It's smart. They booked one room. It's cheaper that way.
Economical. Sweet. So we know what Alex. Did you say what Alex looks like?
So she, little slimmer build. She comes in with some dark jeans, ripped knees, band t-shirt, and then probably a flannel or some kind of a jacket. Very business grunge casual, she would call it, and then longer red hair, I'm gonna say. So yeah,
perfect. And Cerise, so you guys are coming in together. Tell us a little bit about Cerise.
Yeah, Cerise, in the past, decade or whatever, Cerise has sort of taken what prep school has given her and is currently like an accountant in like a regional corporation. Certainly not what she had exactly pictured herself in, but it's sort of what you get with prep school, I always pictured her and took direct inspiration from the Breakfast Club, with like the basket case being my picture of like Cerise. So like sort of shoulder length sort of hair, wavy, typically in sort of like comfortable like dark clothes, and now like that style has sort of matured a bit, and like looks more acceptable to be in like a workplace, but still is probably breaking some uniform policies or whatever. But yeah, she also wears sort of an apprehensive look as she comes in. But she wasn't as close to Bert the janitor as Alex was. Ernie, sorry, Bert. Bert and Ernie, see?
I thought that was a
Bert-
that was
So funny.
Bert was in the kitchen.
Bert, yeah. As Ernie, close to Ernie, but is sort of, a little bit apprehensive about being back in like the space, These were some of the hardest years of her life so far. And being back in that space, even just like setting foot back in like town or whatever, is sort of like an experience. So you can see she's got like her guard up a little bit, but she is here to see pals. So she's looking around for that.
Vince, did you say would you have name tags out or just kind of
name tags next to the box. He's
always the over planner, Vince? Good to see you again. And I walk behind Joey and give him a playful slap in the back of the head. See, you haven't changed very much.
Nah, why change?
Yeah, I don't know. There's some good things that can come from change.
That's what my sister says. And she has kids now.
Hey, dweebs. And that's all you get. She sits down in her spot.
Same old series. Well, you know what, Alex? There's too much change in the world. I kind of agree with Joey on this one. Things should be either the same or curatedly better. Just like somebody carefully making it better. You know what I mean? Like Pepsi. It's been the same for years, unless they slightly made it better. Like wild cherry Pepsi. They came out that was slightly better.
Yeah, and look what happened to Coke. Yeah.
Yeah, they keep reinventing themselves, and it never works.
It's not working.
You guys see your name tags? There you go. Good to see you both. I mean, and Alex, my condolences. I'm glad we could kind of come together and send them off in style.
Yeah, it's
Ernie!
tough, but I think this is a small silver lining. Get the band back together. Speaking of, what the hell is that our fearless leader?
He's got to make a fashionable entrance. And with that, we'll turn it over to Fred.
Before Fred walks in,
Oh, yeah.
I think Joey reaches in his pocket and pulls out a stack of $5 bills and said, "What color is Fred wearing when he walks in?"
Oh my gosh.
I already got a color in mind, so
Okay, good.
Blue.
Bright salmon. Like he's bright salmon polo shirt car salesman. That's what I see.
He's a pastor.
Right, but that's whether we know that or not. I don't know. I don't know if we'd be aware of that. So,
Fred. He's wearing something multicolored, drawing attention to himself. I mean, I don't know if the shirt's going to be multicolored, but he's going to have some flair too that's going to draw attention. So I'm guessing green and blue with something bright to draw attention to him.
Okay, V. I think the man's going to be wearing black. You listen. You watch. $10, the man's wearing black.
As you're all trying to figure out what color Fred is wearing, you turn to see a tall, thin, and still kind of handsome man in a white suit with a puffy, red shirt underneath, and almost obscenely large gold watch on the left hand. Yeah, you got to have a bit. You got a little bit. And it's like, wow, this place is just as disgusting as I remembered. We couldn't have met in the cafeteria? Goodness.
well,
Still-
seems the filth attracts the filth.
And here we are. Well, filth or not, It's nice to see all of you.
How's Miami there, Fred?
Bright and sunny. Just like my disposition. And hot, but that's a whole nother thing.
Oh,
Wait,
you're
is
actually
that-
down in Miami. I was just, making a comment on your wardrobe choice here. That's,
I've been told
you didn't
they
surprise us
assign you
very
a white
much.
suit.
Yeah, you
whenever
didn't
step
surprise
into
us
Miami.
very much back in school, but this is something.
Oh, well, it's all part of the look. We have a house in Miami, but we bounce back and forth either way. Joey, is that the same jacket you had in high school?
Yes, it is, Fred.
That is some damn good craftsmanship. Good.
They don't make them
grief.
like this anymore.
No, they certainly don't. Goodness, only one seat left. Oh, it's got my name on it. Huh.
Just right there. Yeah, just right there.
Yeah. Vince, how could I forget your very specific handwriting? These little placards are, man, just makes me think of high school. Assigned seating for gaming. Anyway, he's gonna get into the chair, but he looks at it a little bit, blows on it, kind of smooths it off a little bit, hope for the best, and then plants himself.
Nice.
Goodness.
Just like a good bass player, he keeps us right on time and right in line.
And he does.
Well, we're all here. It's a sad occasion. We know what it is, but we haven't all been in the same room since graduation. And we're gonna send out early in style. I got a new game. It's gonna be pretty exciting. I found it on the forums, but I made it my own. Made it our own, I should say. This is gonna be our world, and we're gonna make sure that Ernie knows just how much he meant to us. We're gonna send him off in style with a true ballad worthy of him.
That's nice. But you guys want to hit a bar after this?
We got the game. Maybe time. But the game. I brought beer, imported from Hofbrau House, Germany. Yeah. Brought it over myself. You can have some.
It'll do.
What's this new game, Vince?
Yeah.
Well, it's called Die. And not like you're going to die. Because you all know this, but I'm just going to say it for those who may not catch on as quickly. You see, I've got a that's over at Fred. You got to hold, and you're just going to hold up a dice, or a die, I should say. Die is the singular for dice. Some people, Philistines, call them dice, even when it's just one of them. So it's die. So each of you are going to get a special die. Well, most of you are going to get a special die. And that's going to eat you. And I spent months planning this. I went over your personality, and I made custom classes just for you. Based on what I know of you and kind of how you interact with the world and how you'll be able to interact with this fictional world. It should grab the best of you.
Wait, we just get one die each?
Definitely intrigued, a tad concerned, but yeah, I'm
You
in.
would
You're really
partake in
selling
the
us.
LARP?
I could have bought more on the way here if you needed more dice.
Specific amount of die. We know exactly how many we need.
Okay, all right. Sorry.
Right.
Okay, so which one's mine?
Well, it fits that you would want to go first. So let's unveil yours. Fred, open the box.
Okay. What does the box look like? Just
Let me just grab the boxes. That's a good point. So this and Fred, you called out the handwriting on it because Vince wrote that by hand, but it looks like it was like kind of a calligraphy cursive. One of those ones that you couldn't do it right the first time. This is one that he probably did like multiple name cards just to get it perfect with his pen. The box itself, you see it has gold and red wrapping paper with a red bow kind of intricately tied across it, just like really aligned, perfect. And I think Joey mentioned this earlier. As a bass player, he was always on. Like he's not very inventive, but always on time, always on the beat, always keeping the rhythm going.
Wait, does this freaking box match my outfit? Because that's creepy.
The
You said gold.
Kind of unintentional. Yeah, unintentional.
This almost feels like I did you watch me from the airport or something? This is uncanny. It's the same shade of red.
I mean, a coincidence. Open the box. Open the box.
Okay. Open the box. Easy, Vince. And unwrapping it and see it. Opened it and
as you open the box, you see a D4 within. And Vince goes, Fred, you are always the spotlight. You want that crowd. You want to be able to sway and twist and make sure everybody feels exactly what you want them to. That's why you killed as a lead singer, and that's why you will kill in this role. That dice is your dice. It is the only dice like that in the game. It is special, and it is yours. You have the D4, Fred, and you will be our dictator, bending kings to your whim, your word becoming law.
ooh,
Yeah, that seems fitting.
yeah. Call me Castro.
V, is this a power fantasy game, man?
If it is, I think I'm winning.
A little bit here and there, but I mean, it kind of goes. It's Fred, this is what he'd want. This is what.
All right. I don't want to hog the spotlight too much. Yes. Where's next?
Okay, Cerise, we're gonna go with you next. Open the box.
What's this box look like?
So his was gold and red, kind of vibrant. Yours is a little bit like not dull, but more darker colors. You see, it's kind of dark black and silver, very intricate pattern along it, and definitely you kind of see like the patterns like almost convey a little bit of emotion too. Like it's not that it just gives kind of more of a dreary vibe, I'd say.
Okay, Cerise will carefully unbox it.
As you open it, you see a D8 within. And Vincent goes, all right, Cerise, you were a guitarist. Your melodies, your just emotional palette could bring us to the depths and have our fighters way back up. You went toe-to-toe with a school who didn't really understand or want you there. You're going to be our emotion knight. You have the D8. That's the only D8 in the game. That D8 can topple gods, can conquer armies, and slay dragons. You will use your emotions as your palette and bring down empires. It's the only dice like it in the game. It is yours, and it is special.
Sweet.
He goes, Alice, we'll get to you last, but Joey, you're up next. Open the box. And with your box, you see it has like hieroglyphic patterns on it. So you see kind of the box is hieroglyphic patterns, but you do see some of the Greek lettering on the bow. And the bow has a purplish hue, kind of almost like a purple toga wrapped around it.
This is pretty cool. Did your mom wrap this?
No, I did it myself. I mean, it took a few tries, but we got it.
All right. So I open it up. And what do I
As
see?
you see a D12 sitting inside of it, and Vincent goes, Joe, we've talked about this all the time, about the different tales, Greek mythology, all the different gods and the stories that come along with them. But you're not going to be a cleric. You're not going to be praying to your gods. You're going to be binding the gods. You're going to be wheeling and dealing for favors and power, and you're going to bend them to your will. You'll have a pantheon, and they will come to you for your favor. That D12 is the only D12 in the game. It is special. It is yours. It can bend gods to your will. You will be our Godbinder.
I like that. Cerise can kill gods, but I tell him what to do.
You command them, and you have your own pantheon at your beck and call.
Interesting.
Alex, last but certainly not least, you've always been the adventurous sort, always looking for a new challenge. You've frankly, at least in my opinion, you've been a little bit lucky as well with the challenges that have come across. You are luck incarnate. With a smile, with a cavalier attitude, you could topple and walk through an inferno without getting burnt. Within that, I didn't grab your box. So your box, it has like a key, especially for Vincent picking it out. It's a chaotic pattern. It is like multiple different colors, kind of like scattered around. There's no like rhyme or reason for the colors around. Like you see some spots are splashed purple, some green, some red, all kind of just woven throughout it. And you do see with this one, it has kind of a multicolored bow as well.
Very nice. Yeah, look around. Looks like it's got kind of like torn out strips of magazines. That's where the color comes from. So it's like a paper mache, which I do appreciate and really enjoy. I think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, I'll open that up.
As you open it, you see a D6 in. Vincent goes, as I said, you've got luck incarnate. Your dice, it's not special. It's only special if you make it special. There are many of them in the game, but you will be our swashbuckling fool. The one can make the group laugh, but the one that can beat luck itself.
I think I can handle that.
And then you see he's got one last box, but it's in front of him. Do you see this one? It probably was wrapped at one point, but it's just a black box. You definitely see the marks with tape were kind of where there's wrapping paper on it before, but you see he's fiddled with this so many times. The hinges are kind of like on the box look like it's been opened and closed so much it's starting to fold in with the paper. But he opens it and you see him hold up a dice in front of him. You see, this is my dice. This is the only one in the game, and this can shape reality. He puts it down. All right, guys, the rules are simple, but the first thing I need you to do is just to grab your dice and just hold it in front of you and then close your eyes. And then we can jump into this amazing game that will make everything right. And as you guys close your eyes and hold the dice in front of you, you feel like a shift. You hear kind of crackling in the distance, rolling thunder. The table seems to kind of move and shake. Everything just kind of seems with a chaotic bend. You see behind the closed eyes flashes of light. But by the time you open your eyes, you see it kind of like in the same room. This still looks like the furnace room of the school. Maybe a little brighter, a little bit more color. Maybe like the smell's a little bit more intense. But outside of that, the same. But as you look probably around the table, you see Vincent has like a Cheshire grin on his face. Like he is smiling. And he just yells out, "It worked!" You see him grab his D20. And as you guys look around too, the dice that were in your hand, you see floating in front of you, glowing and spinning. Kind of just glowing with. Actually, I'll let you guys say what color the dice is glowing or die is glowing with. As it stands in front of you, you see Vincent's is glowing with a silver emerald flare. And as he grabs the dice, before where he was kind of little chubby, a little overweight. His hair is all the way back to the back of his head. Looked tired, looked worn out. You see him grow like 3 inches taller, shed pounds. You see that crumpled polo that he was wearing replaced with a nice suit. You see his hair grow back and then light on fire with kind of a silvery emerald flare to it. You see a pair of sunglasses appear on his face. You see going from kind of that chubby facade to more like jacked physique. His voice even goes down a few octaves. And he goes, "Perfect. It worked. Keep an open mind, guys. Keep an open mind." And you see as he does that, he snaps his fingers, and you see as he snaps a coin flip from his hand and burn in a sparkling daze, and he disappears.
Cerise pushes away her beer.
What
The fuck?
did this little asshole drug me? What the? Are you guys looking around? Do we all still look like ourselves, or?
You still look exactly like yourselves. The only thing with this room that's weird right now is the floating dice. And that door that you guys came in, they probably was left open, is now firmly closed.
Oh, jeez.
I knew that Reed was good at sleight of hand, but
And Vince, you're now gone.
Oh, and yeah, this is gone too. Yeah,
Yeah.
he disappeared. Yeah.
Cerise is like looking under the table.
I mean, I didn't have a beer, but I saw that. You all saw that, right? Where the hell did he go? What?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
So it's
reach
like
out and
gas in
grab
the
at
air? Did he give us LSD? Did he put it in the seats? What are we seeing right now?
Could be like a carbon monoxide leak.
Maybe that's what
Is that
happened.
what
to
killed
Ernie.
Ernie? Yes, my God.
As you guys
Hey.
are speaking, you hear a knock. Or it's not even a knock, a pound on the door. Like,
Occupado.
Why the hell?
Hey, Fred. You should open the door.
Why should I open the? I'll open the door.
That's why you should open the door.
as you get to the door, it smashes open. And the first thing you see emerge, and Fred, it looks kind of familiar to you. You see Frazier. You see Frazier pop through the door, but it's not like regular Frazier. Like you kind of faintly recognize him. It looks like somebody took Frazier and cyborged him out with half of his flesh decaying. It looks like zombie cyborg Frazier. He bashes through the door.
Literal Fraser Crane.
Yeah. Fraser Crane.
And behind him, as he kind of comes through the door in force, you see Frazier step out. But Alex, you notice behind Frazier, you see like straight out of the cartoon, you see a sentinel just stepping behind with a target acquired, with this kind of same, like it looks like the Sentinel right from the X-Men, but it has like this weird cyborgery extras on it. Like if you like, you see kind of lines of just energy and kind of like wires strewn about it. Joey, on the other hand, as you see the Sentinel step in, you notice Mum Ra. Thundercat's Mum Ra pop through. His pale skin, like looks like his arm had been replaced by cybernetics. His glowing red eyes have wires piercing through. He just kind of just stumbles zombie-like into the room. And Cerise, behind Mum Ra, you notice Spike. Spike from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You notice him. He's still got the blonde hair, but he's in kind of that like the fanged out version. But you see he's still got cybernetics tracing through him as well. You see they burst into the scene. Kind of still, Joey, you're close to them. The other ones, you got to have the table between you, but you see these four beings, these four fallen creatures enter the fray. So, You guys are all on initiative 2 right now, because your stats are 2 at the moment. But actually, who acts first, or who reacts first as you guys see these creatures, these horrors from both your imagination and your childhood bust through?
I think I'd at least like push back from the table and just stand up. I think, and maybe like the die is still floating there,
It is.
and was very intrigued with that. Is they're like, how is this possible? Everything going on, and then all these individuals start coming in. I'll just step back, and then for some reason just be like, "Oh, Vince, what are you up to?" And I'll grab the die from the air and just step back and just try and think like, all right, try to think about something to do.
Sweet. So as you grab that die, you feel power explode through you. You change, your appearance change, the things you're wearing change, things you're carrying change. How does Alex, our fool, appear after grabbing the D6?
Yeah, so reaches out and the dice there is floating with this a bright like orange light is like the glow. The die itself, mixture of kind of a red, orange, green swirl in the die there. And then just kind of a exaggerated version of what she already was looking like. Just a little bit more flow, brighter colors. Her pants, a few more rips in them. The overshirt she had on, just a bit more flowy. Her hair, though, where she usually wore it down, goes into this really bright red kind of mohawk that goes back there. And then some pretty heavy, just kind of a stage makeup, really just accenting, different elements of her face. And she also notices, she kind of actually like checks because she feels things, on her person, and realizes she has some throwing like knives and things that appear as well that are a new addition. And she just kind of gets a little smirk like, okay, interesting. And really seems to step into it.
You feel that power flowing through you. You see the Sentinel has like locked eyes, or locked its robotic eyes upon you. It's moving towards you. How does Alex react to that?
Definitely Wolverine was one of her favorites, and I think she's gonna go for the run up and stick with some martial offensive. So yeah, just kind of run up towards it and maybe try and like maybe see if she can jump off the wall to get up onto its back and go at it that way.
Perfect. Sweet. Roll a dexterity pool first.
Okay.
And then we'll see how that goes, and we'll do something else afterwards too.
All right. So Dex is 3, so I get to use 3 die, correct?
3 die.
Right. Or
4.
do I get 4 because my
Yeah.
special? All right.
Yeah.
So 4 total. Okay. I have very nice. I've got 2 5s and a 6 and a 1. So definitely some successes there.
Nice. 2 5s, a 6, a 3. All right. Yeah. Don't even need the second roll. What does this look like as Alex kind of bounces off the wall and like arcs towards the center? How does he finish him with that move?
Yeah, so she just stands back and sees this, and then just for some reason goes back to that, episode 1, Night of the Sentinels, and rushes towards the thing and just does like a run walk up the wall, and comes around behind it to the back, and then just comes down, I think like an elbow into its collar there. And another one up against its head, just trying to create a separation there.
Nice. You see the Sentinel head pop off, and the eyes glow for a second before losing their focus. And Sweet. So who wants to go next?
Cerise will go next.
Sweet. What does Cerise do? Seeing all of this go down, seeing the fallen cyborg Spike, seeing Alex grab a dice and transform. How does Cerise handle all this?
Is this LARPing? And then we'll just grab the purple and black sort of glowing D8 here. And yeah.
Perfect. It's Cerise. As you grab it, time freezes. You see a wheel of emotions around you, and around the emotions, you see different weapons associated with them. You see this great battle axe for rage. You see just this light fencing sword, and you see kind of happiness radiating it out of it. But you see a weapon that kind of just carries grief, kind of carries that despair. What does that weapon look like, and why does it call you?
The weapon, I think, is this huge, like broadsword, just weighty and will drag you down. And there's something so brutal about it that makes Cerise sort of like reach out for it.
As you grab the blade, this big, heavy, brutal-looking greatsword, you hear it speak to you, just kind of echoing in your mind. Voice totally off from what you'd expect. This brooding greatsword, it just has like a real cheery accent. Like it goes, "You chose me. I'm so great. Looking forward to working with you, Cerise. I'm glad we can represent together." This will be
What?
splendid.
Yeah, that's all Cerise says.
As you grab that the weapon, and you kind of you come back into reality. But as you come back into reality, the weapon looks the same, but you look different. How does Cerise look different?
Cerise is covered from head to toe with this sort of like blackened like steel helm that's over them. And you could just sort of see like her eyes. But the rest of her is like very like sort of classic knighty almost, so like flowing cape. And she gets like a little taller as well. And yeah, she just sort of like holds out this big old sword.
As I'm riding, like the sentinel goes down, right?
It goes down.
Yeah. So as I'm riding it down, and I stand there kind of in the rubble, and I look up and I see Cerise, and I'm just like, "Holy shit, you look fucking amazing."
Thanks, babe.
You always do, but
what does Cerise do as she sees the scene in front of her with fallen Spike locked eyes with her?
Yeah, Cerise is gonna sort of like drag this large sword behind her and just sort of go up. She's like, well, I guess this is what we're doing right now. And she's gonna take a swipe at this guy.
Sweet. So swipe, it'd be a strength pool. I don't know if great sword or arrow. What is your weapon? Which was the weapon type that you chose? The heavy one?
Yeah, heavy.
Perfect. All right.
Quick question. Sorry, cut in. Tegan, my fluke, which is my special die, that always is in play, right? Whenever I do a roll, is that?
Always, oh yeah. So I should have asked you that when we first rolled. So what number is your fluke on?
So I rolled for it and it's a 1, but I think it's one specific dice, right? I think it's only one.
Just your fool's dice.
Okay, so I didn't keep track of that, but I'm going to now. I've got a special dice, so going forward, but sweet. I didn't. Just want to clarify if it always applies. So, yeah.
Okay. You can get more flukes as time goes on too.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
Cool. So my strength pool is typically 3, I believe. And that is just the number of d6s I roll, correct?
Yep.
Cool. I get a 6, and a 4.
Solid. Does heavy? I'm not looking at it right now. Does it have anything special? Or does it have a special? I should say.
Yeah, my main trait is brutal. So if this hit wounds, then it'll deal 2 instead.
Take him down.
Yeah, she just like is dragging this thing behind her and just like swipes up. And I imagine, she sort of like bangs on the ceiling a little bit or whatever, but she just sends, Cyborg Spike sort of tumbling.
Nice. You see the cyborg vampire who has just so many things attached to him fall down, a wicked-looking wound across him. Joey or Fred, who acts next?
Oh, well. All right. So as Fred is backing away from the door and seeing them, his old high school buddies and pals grabbing dice and transforming, well, okay. And he'll reach out for his spitting little pyramid and grab and hold on tight.
You feel power rushing through you, but you've always thought your voice was special. You feel it just gained a whole nother level. You almost feel like a trace of just true power rush through you, kind of almost concentrated just around like the esophagus and kind of your mouth. You feel it just, you feel like your voice could shatter bricks right now. But how do you change? What does Fred look like as he grabs this die?
Well, maybe Joey does get his $10. His suit almost it's essentially the same suit, but entirely in black. Just a black so dark, it's almost like that. I forget. It starts with like I think a Z or a V. That essentially it's just light does not bounce off of it. It is a void in a sense, which, well, emotional trauma. What? Anyway, that's hey. Anyway, so Fred is wearing his feelings on his sleeve and his chest and his back. He is, besides that, rather unchanged. He was always a tall, handsome man, and a tall, handsome man he is. But when you look at him, you just see emptiness.
Nice. When you see that, you kind of got your dark black, this light absorbing suit upon you. You see Frazier, and you probably want like some people got Mum-Ra, some people got a Sentinel, some people got Spike. You got Cyborg Frazier, but you see Cyborg Frazier coming towards you. He's still got like his neat sweater on, with just cybernetic enhancements popping out of it. But he's coming towards you with intent to do harm. How do you react?
I'm not so sure how the emotional wheel works, but I want him to trust me.
Oh, because you. Oh, actually, I should have asked you. So for the audience to know, what emotion spoke did you pick?
The admiration.
Perfect. So what do you say to him with your kind of that empowered voice? What do you tell him?
Well,
I think you should leave.
All right. Sweet. So you're going to roll a charisma pool with your D4. Your D4 works a little bit different than everybody else's dice does. So your D4 is the number of successes on top of what your regular pool gives you. And that may sound like a good thing at first, but we'll get there.
we'll see if it stays good. So I charisma dumped everything. So all right, that's 3 3s and a 2, and it landed on one of the dice, but I'll roll it again. It was
Roll again.
yeah. Okay, a 2.
Okay, so 2 successes. Hold on, let me look at their willpower. Yeah, you see, they are like you see, like they kind of like start to try. Cyborg Fraser starts trying to turn to leave, but he is fighting you. It seems like he's still got enough willpower. You said no 4s on that one, right? Or
Nope,
just
no
2
4.
successes total, right?
Correct.
Yep. You see, Cyborg Fraser does have enough willpower to keep going. You see, your voice blows over him. You see him trying. You see, like he's definitely feeling the compulsion, trying to resist. But he does get a chance to act. So that's 2 successes. So he needs to roll a wisdom, I believe, to try to see if he can break out of that with a DC of 2 or basics. He failed both of them. So you see him trying to resist this compulsion that you've given him. But you see Cyborg Fraser slowly start to walk up the stairs. Weirdly though, his head is spun around and is like walking backwards, but his eyes have stayed upon you as he's been forced to go. And you kind of see like his eyes looking at you. You see like understanding. Like he knows this isn't what he wants to do, but you also see admiration in them. Like you see, like he admires you despite what you've done to him.
A wink. Just a little for the road.
Sweet. So he is up, but walking away currently. Joey, you were the last one up.
Joey's standing there between the table and all this chaos, right? He's watching all this happen. He's got his beer in his hand. He's like, binding gods. This is what we're doing? This is what we're doing, Vincent. And he drains the beer and then reaches out and grabs this thing as he moves forward towards Mumra.
Time freezes for you as well. But what you see when you look around almost boggles the mind. You see 4 figures standing around you. 3 of them seem to be more in the distance, with one kind of standing just right next to you. And this creature, because it's not really even a being, you could call it. It's a true creature. And you see this bat-like being with a large, elongated tooth, and kind of just one major eye in its socket, flapping its wings. And you know its name before it even speaks. It's Orcus.
Orcus.
And with a voice that defies its appearance, it goes, "Joey, are you ready to rock?"
Oh, I'm ready to rock.
All right, well, let's show these fools what a true rock and roller could do. And you see behind it, though, are 3 other deities that don't seem to show its same enthusiasm for you, unfortunately. You see Saranai, just this burning god, like this fire, like solar-like fire, kind of just echoing or bursting off of his skin, just glaring through you, I should say. Not even at you, like he's angry, but he is looking directly through you. You see another one, and you know his name as well. Bonham, the god of rhythm. You see beats just coming off of him. He's got a little drum that he's beating, but he's not acknowledged you as of yet. He's just focused on that drum, keeping that beat going. And another one, you see a red being with horns and a nice suit and a tail. You see he's got a little fiddle, and he just kind of slightly with the little fiddle just kind of hems on it, and he gives you just the biggest smirk. You go, and he's the only one outside of Orcus that speaks to you. They're like, I'll be seeing you soon, Joey. See if we can make a deal sometime.
We have got to talk about Robert Johnson. I want to know what happened.
And as you see that, you see small measures of, especially Orcus kind of fills you with a piece of his power. You get the ability to work scriptures. And you come back to yourself filled with the might of some of the gods, with your own pantheon standing at your call. What does Joey look like? What changes with Joey as this takes place?
So I think the worn leather jacket stretches out into this long, ridiculous trench coat, very like sort of Sandman meets Neo. But instead of being black, it's now this vibrant rock and roll red. And it just seems to flutter around, kind of like Spawn's cape. Just seems to almost have a life of its own. And Joey just grows and stretches to meet it until he's like 7 feet tall and thin. And he was never particularly good looking. But this person that he turns into has these like classical high cheekbone features, and his flesh kind of pales out with this red tinge to match the jacket. And he has a staff in his hand.
Nice. And as you come through, you see most of the threats have been dealt with, but you see fallen Mum-Ra, this cyborg-looking being, just staring at you, glaring daggers.
And I'm going to leap towards him, spinning that quarterstaff around me with all of my might, and then smack it into his head while saying, Panthro says hi.
Nice.
Okay, so that's going to be strength, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I don't think quarterstaff gives anything for it not to be strength, so it will be strength.
Okay. And I'm assuming I don't get my Godbinder die because I'm just doing something normal. Ooh, I fail. I got a 3 and a 1.
You see Mum-Ra just catch that staff as you swing it towards him. So both of those failed, and let me make sure. I think if you fail all of your things, they get to make an attack against you. So you see Mum-Ra just shifting back at you, and you see a claw emerge. He will get 1 success. Do you have any defense?
I have no defense. I do have 3 guard, though.
Sweet. So he does get 1 success, so that does take 1 of your guard away. And also, for a reminder for everybody, you have whatever guard you have resets at the start of each encounter. So if you do lose guard, it comes back. Wounds don't, but guard does. So you see him claw
wounds,
into you.
aka health, right? Health and wounds, same thing.
Oh yeah, health and wounds are the same thing.
Yeah.
So he claws into you after missing an attack, and he is also going to try to attack you again as well with his regular turn. And you see him just going, "You're no Thundercat," and he just slices at you. He will hit 2-5, so he is going to hit you for 2 guard.
All right, that's all my guard.
Sweet. So, so what is everybody's dexterity now that we're in our morphed form? We should say 3. All right.
3 here.
2. All right. I forgot there's rules for what it is if somebody has a tie. But I'm gonna give it to Joey on this one. Joey, can you finish him off this time?
Oh, we're gonna see him like, so what the hell? Everyone else is cool shit. And so do I get a sense of like the basic spells?
Oh yeah, I should mention that. So yeah, you all, when you grab that die, you feel the power and just the understanding behind the power running through you. Like Fred, you know what your voice can do. Joey, you've got those scriptures that power the gods can lend, and you know that you can call and wheel and deal with those gods in case you need something a little bit bigger than scriptures.
Right. I think I'm going to use my my Eldritch Rock Blast. I think the way Joey sees this is Orcus sort of lays his hand on Joey's shoulder, and then this ball of fire just erupts from hopefully it erupts from his hand. Let's find out. Wisdom pool plus my D12. Come on, D12, do your thing. I got a 6 and a 7.
Solid. So, and I'm just gonna. I'll see if Joey, if you agree, but I feel like as that burst of fire comes out, just a sick guitar chord kind of burst out along with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it just hits him straight in the face.
I feel like Joey, you are our keyboardist, right? Didn't you play keys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your staff is a keytar like combo?
Nah, I think we moved on. I think we moved on from from keyboarding. But yeah, I think it's like a massive just rock power chord. It just kind of erupts. And maybe even make a side comment to Cerise about that. You hear that? Power A, Cerise.
Yep.
A5 is what it would be called.
A5, that's correct. Yeah.
As you guys see the battlefield around you, Fred, you still hear the clomping of Cyborg Fraser climbing the stairs. But outside of that, everything seems peaceful. It seems like it's over.
Man, Vince missed all the fun.
Yeah, what do you guys do? You see these crumpled bodies. You see there's only one door out of this room. What do you guys do?
Should we treat this like all our other games, or?
I don't think it's very much like our other games.
I don't. It's just something about rolling dice that makes me want a kleptomaniac. I want to grab everything I can carry. Right? I mean, normally I wouldn't go through a corpse's pockets, but I feel compelled.
So Tegan, what did I feel when I got hit?
Oh, you felt the guard. It got through your guard. It didn't get into your health, but you see that last blow. You kind of you tried to probably block it aside with your staff, and felt it push back against you. You felt your muscles straining. You kind of felt that claw scrape by the air, and you felt the hot air. You felt like that could have killed you if it hit you just right.
Yo, band, these things hit back. I know you all got to be awesome with your.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that. What do you? Yeah.
Are you?
What are you saying? For real?
I'm saying I don't want to find out.
So where the hell is Vincent?
What the hell is happening?
Yeah, right. Again, man, that's what I get.
Is the door open? You said
it is open now.
Okay.
Cyborg Fraser went upstairs. You don't hear anything coming up or down the stairs anymore, though.
Oh. Well, I'm sure we'll never see him again.
No,
that was kind of chirpy, right?
Yeah. Fred, you were wanting to go see the cafeteria, yeah?
I mean, I don't know if I want to do that anymore, but we can't stay in this, whatever the hell this is now. Is this still what did Fred do? Did he make a deal with the devil, or all the devils, or what? Why are we? Okay, I'm sorry, but before we do go, I'm gonna just what's in the pocket over here.
Which of the being's pockets do you look into?
Sentinels don't have pockets, so that's a given. I'm
The Thundercats all just wore loincloths, right?
Oh, that's true too. Yeah.
That can kind of be a
Spike.
all right, whatever. Maybe he's got like a lighter and cigarettes. So
So I'm going to ask Cerise a question here. So we know Cerise liked Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Mm.
What did Cerise feel about Spike? Did she like him as a villain? Did she hate him as a villain? Was she happy he's on screen? Was she...
I think Cerise was a Spike enjoyer. Sort of loving to hate him, but it was I don't know. I think Cerise was favorable towards him.
I mean, if there was one guy that might make her right.
So you open the pocket. You do find. So I haven't watched much Buffy the Vampire Slayer. My wife was a big fan, so I asked her who to pick. So I don't know if Spike was a smoker, but if he's a smoker, you do find that pack of cigarettes and lighter. But you do find a neatly folded note in his pocket.
Oh, well, I'm kind of on vacation, so I think it's okay to smoke. Anybody want to read this thing?
Cerise will take it.
You open it up, and you see it's clearly Vincent's overly detailed handwriting. He goes, "Remember talking about Spike all the time. I wasn't sure if you want to hit him or if you like him or not, but you have to choose. I hope you have fun with it. Welcome to Die."
So this is like a LARP thing. This is a LARP thing,
guys. Yeah, but how? I mean, so Fred's confused. He's gonna poke the body.
You can poke the body?
Yeah, what the is this? Is this robot? Is this man? Is this latent LSD? That's what is going on?
Well, I'm glad you poked the body. You poke the body, and you see the cybernetics start to recharge. You see Spike like a burst pop through him. You see his fangs elongate once again. You see that wound in his chest start to repair itself. And you look around and you start to see the Sentinel's head. Wires start popping out of it and start forming back into its body. You see Mumra as well. Face starting to rejuvenate from that ferocious fire blast. What do you guys do?
And this is why I didn't like going to Chuck E. Cheese. Animatronics freaked me the hell out. Fred, don't touch things.
Fine, but cigarettes. Also, I think we should leave.
Yeah, we're leaving. Good night, sweet friends.
Cafeteria time, I guess.
Yeah, I think are we just bailing and then close the door behind us?
Yeah. Yeah.
There wasn't much of a door left, right? It was smashed a bit.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you guys are able to. You see the being starting to regenerate, but you do have time to get up the stairs. It's like a hall up the stairs. It's like a long flight of stairs. It's long and straight though. Usually there's no landings. There's no stopping places. It's just a long straight climb. And after what you would imagine probably a few flights, you start to hear music, lively music, and I say lively music, not good grunge or rock or anything kind of contemporary. You feel like that just basic fantasy. You hear Zelda music, we'll say. You hear Zelda music as you guys climb up. That do as you get up closer, and eventually you do reach a door. Who's in lead, and are you going to open that new door?
First leader.
Yeah, stupid leader, more like it. I mean, well.
By the way, everyone owes me $10 because that's black.
Yeah,
Walk in, right? That doesn't count.
Is current is Are we still working with dollars here? I don't. What are the rules? Is it gold pieces, silver pieces?
Rupees.
Vince liked to play so many damn games. I could never keep up. Rupees? What, in India now?
It's from Link or whatever.
Oh yeah. Okay. Right. Well, seeing as this is one stupid long hallway and the only door, at least the music doesn't sound murderous, right, guys? That's a plus. I hope.
Yeah. Calm before another storm, maybe. This hallway, the stairway is not. It's not the natural one from the school, right?
No, that's a good point. Yeah, so this the school had the standard kind of metal school type stairs. This is like a cement stair, the old school cellar.
Environment has definitely changed.
Yeah.
And we're going up, right? Because
Going up. And one thing I'll add to you is these old school stairs, not even. They're not kind of that standard machine made. It's different.
They're not the code.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
were we that mean to Vincent back then? Is this all what? I don't.
I thought we were nice to the guy. We played his games. I only gave him grief some of the time.
I mean, it's
nicer than everyone else.
Badass, but
I mean, the guy ran good games.
Joey, you really felt that?
Yeah.
By the way, Mohawk looks good on you. Just throwing that out there. Not everybody can pull it off, but
I think it's just something I've always wanted to do, but didn't think I could, and I guess it just kind of manifested. So maybe we'll keep it.
Just, right? If we ever stop living in weirdo, bizarro school world, man. Well.
Yeah, speaking of bizarre school world, you guys never paid much attention to Vincent's story hooks back in the day. Is there anybody else that's freaked out by the fact that he planned this for months, but Ernie just barely died?
Huh.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't think about it that way.
I wasn't.
No, it's Vincent. I'm not.
Before.
No, it's not.
He's probably already planning a reunion game or something. I don't know.
For what? When one of us dies?
When we're all in town.
Oh gosh, Vince, you should have just called. We didn't have to do all this. I would have taken you out. I would have taken you anywhere, just not here. What the heck?
I mean, I get it. I'm a little hard to get a hold of. You gotta drag me back to town. I get it, but
you don't exactly have a permanent address or any address. Do buses have addresses, Joey?
No.
Better than buses.
Tour buses? I'm not trying to speak down on you. That's not nice. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just, maybe.
Do you know how well Americans get treated in Slovenia? Let me tell you.
I've never considered that, and I don't think I will ever again. Yes. Wait, so so door, we hear this weird music, and everybody else hears that weird music. This is a really good shared hallucination, whatever magical thing that Vincent did to us. Right.
Anybody who hears the music who played Zelda, you definitely recognize it as the Ocarina of Time, the forest.
Oh, so
yeah.
Okay, so if it's a shared hallucination, we're going to open these doors, and Link and Princess Zelda are going to be there throwing us a party, and everything's going to be fabulous.
If I remember, there was a lot of reading in those games. I don't really feel fine. All right, whatever.
Zelda was Zelda, but it's not Zelda. It's Vincent's Crazy Mad Funhouse. So
it's going to be Zelda with bolts in her neck. What the hell, Vince? All right. Well, no time like the present. Well,
onward.
No need to be rude. No need to be rude either. Knock, knock.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I've got a few tricks up my sleeve, and I wouldn't mind.
Dude, if I knock and you just want to kick the door in,
Could do that.
Like, you're trying to be polite, and you're like, I'm tired of being polite. Kick.
I'll kind of like make my way forward and check the door, and see if it's is it locked or anything.
Not locked. You feel like the knob turn, but feel free to make your entrance how you'd like.
Well, it's time for the main act.
All right.
We're up on stage. And then, just kind of throw the door open and step out.
You throw the door open and you see like this just kind of almost standard fantasy tavern. Just kind of that's just it just reeks like kind of just that old 90s just stereotype of a tavern that every DM goes through and explains, but it looks familiar. Like it has traces of kind of what Vincent has described when he went through and got that baseline, but it has some of your guys' touches on it too. Things you guys may have ad-libbed in there during certain sessions, or maybe interrupted to throw in there just to say like for the fun of it. I'm gonna pick on Alex. Yeah, you open the door. This is the cantina, the tavern that started all your games. Going Star Wars on you. The tavern where most of your quest and Vincent games started in. What's something unique about it? What's something that either you, the crew, has added into this tavern?
I think the slip there is great. I think Alex would have been a fan of Star Wars, and so there's probably like this weird, like she sees it, and whether it's manifesting in this way, this almost like digital glitch, where the two worlds, the fantasy world and then the sci-fi world, are trying. The wall is just like glitching out, but there's this kind of like section. There's these weird Star Wars or Star Wars adjacent looking creatures, aliens, definitely the tables and everything, drinking very colorful, weird drinks. That's just the one thing that she kind of noticed in addition to, the standard tavern atmosphere that is generally prescribed.
Oh yeah, you definitely see it's like a weird mix of kind of how it goes in there. With stuff like the standard fantasy fare creatures, the elves, and all of that. But you see the Aqualesh Baba, the guy that Obi-Wan cut his arm off, just like chilling at the bar, drinking a beer. And you see Evdizim too, the human that's next to him, kind of talking shit to the bartender as well, just kind of giving him like, my friend doesn't like you type vibes as you all walk into the bar. And you guys see as you walk in, behind the bar, Vincent, railroader as he is, always had one of the beings, a creature in his games that was just exposition machine. Different games, different genres. Creature looked similar, had a similar vibe, and his whole goal was to tell you what was going on and what you needed to do. Joey, what did he look like?
That would be our boy Ugly. Ugly was usually a big orcish kind of monstrous guy with a kind of Brando sort of acting pastiche to him, and he always wore like a necktie with like sleeveless shirts. It was just out of place, right? This crazy necktie on Ugly.
Perfect. Cerise, what name did you guys call him that Vincent hated?
And you said his actual name is Ugly?
Correct.
Yeah, his actual name's Ugly, yeah.
Well, I guess you can't go much farther down than that. I think
but Ugly was his name.
I think, can I do that we just like would always forget his name?
Yeah.
We're just like Hugo.
Eugene.
So Eugene. Yep, that's right.
You see him behind the bar, just listening to these Star Wars beings threaten him. Just kind of just washing the glass, just like the same glass, probably a little longer than he should, and barely looks up as you guys go. He goes, "Hey, good to see you guys again."
Charlie, good to see you. What is up?
You call him Charlie? You seem like he like freezes, almost stutters a bit, like not stutters, glitches a bit. He goes, "It's me, Ugly, Ugly, right? Ugly, you know me."
Yeah, that's what she meant. Yeah.
Yeah,
We remember
Lee.
you, Ugly.
Yeah, I forget the first part sometimes. It's been a while. But how are you?
I'm good. It's really, really good to see you. And you can see him like flicking suspenders too. He goes, we've been waiting for you forever. It's so good to have you here.
Is it still happy hour?
Oh, it's for you all. Always happy hour. Your best friend, Ugly. He's got you. He goes through and pours you a drink, and on the little coaster has his name for each thing. Whatever drink you order, he throws a coaster with Ugly like facing you on it.
Yeah. There's this great newer drink out right now. You got any Smirnoff Black Ice?
You see, like Smirnoff Black Ice. Just a second. Do you see like he goes into this cabinet and like twists his hand? Like you see him like do this twist. And you see a Smirnoff Ice come out. He goes, "Yeah, Smirnoff Ice from your boy Ugly."
Ugly, yeah.
Thanks, Billy.
You see like the straight glitz. Like it's like he's standing still, but like just like his visuals going all over the place. Ugly, but Ugly. It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter.
Man,
So
I love riling Vince up with that.
I tap on Fred's shoulder, and I point at the big blue magical bottle of liquor all the way up on the top of the bar, and I'm like, "Hey, Fred, why don't you use the voice to get us that for free?"
I mean, what's that? I mean, what's he gonna do? Right? That's what's the worst that could go wrong?
He gave you the voice. He put you in a bar.
It's kind of criminal if I don't do it, right? Yeah, I can get behind that.
What do you say?
Well, trying to figure out how that would work with admiration. Right. All right.
I just start by calling him his real name.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm gonna. Okay. I think I got it. Hey, Ugly. Like you said, long time. We're all big fans of you, and you seem like you're a fan of us. Why don't you treat us to, show your appreciation with
A little bit of that for everybody.
Sweet. So, I forgot to ask you this first time. When you use that voice, what happens? What is the
everything gets brighter. Like it's almost like the colors in like a 3 or 5 foot radius from him just saturate, if that makes sense.
It's like a spotlight of 4K. Just
hell yeah, baby. just intensity and whatever it is. And I think is that a big enough kind of a show thing, or do you want one bigger?
Oh, that's perfect. Okay. So you see that light intensify, especially against that. I feel like it probably clashes perfectly well against that this light absorbing suit, that deep black suit you're rocking. Mm-hmm. Roll me some charisma. Roll me that with your dice. See how that goes.
All right. You know what? One at a time. And cut. All right, let's try it again. All right, that's not good. That's a 5. That's a 2. I'll find that dice later. That's a 1. That's a 4 from the 4-sided die. So one success.
4 from the 4-sided die. Was that a 5? And what was the other one you said?
The rest of them are all failures. Just a big stinking bunch of failures.
That's a 5. Give me a second, because I think that could be something.
Oh. Well, it's a good thing we didn't count this one. It was
Okay, this will be fun. Not the most fun, but this will be fun. You see, he looks at you, just his face, just like starstruck. But his eyes, they look terrified. Like his face, like this is just pure admiration. Like he saw like the savior of his whole world walk in and ask him for something, but his eyes look horrified. And you see, like as he like goes, yeah, I can get you a drink. I can get you that drink. Yeah, for the whole crew. And reach it, like his panic is in his eyes, this pure terror as his will is stripped from him, and he grabs that drink and pours it for each of you guys. You see, like this admiration, like it's consuming. Like he's the type of fan. This is 90s. Let's go with 90s reference. This is Stan from that Eminem video. This is that guy that's all-consuming obsession. He will be cutting out your photo from pictures. Like he is like as he pours it, eyes still horrified. He goes, "Oh, what else can I do for you? What can I do for you?"
Live a good life.
You see, as you say that he completed his compulsion, you see his eyes horrified, his face with that just kind of like this cheesy smile, like he saw his savior, goes back, and you see pure horror on his face, and like he goes, "What the fuck was that?"
I just asked you for a drink for my friends. The fuck was what?
You're a dictator?
Whoa, I'm not a dick. You're a dick.
You see, he takes that drink away from you and just pours it out. He goes, "Boss is looking forward to seeing you. I'm not going to take your scalp this time. But you see me ugly again, it'll be a different story. I wouldn't be using that voice everywhere. Some people, they see a dictator, they string him up or put him on a leash."
Oh. Can I trade you that drink for some cigarettes?
You see, he just shakes his head and goes, "Giving you drinks for free, and you go try to just take my mind from me."
I didn't know it worked like that. It just felt right. You're the second thing I use it on, and the other thing wanted to kill me.
Boss had a message for you guys. I guess I'll still tell it to you, even though you tried to hoodwink me and all that. Boss wants you to know he brought you to a new place, a world where everything you want could be reality. He wants everybody to be happy, himself included, but he made this so you all could be what you wanted to. You see him point behind you guys, and for the first time, you guys see a poster that's hung up on the wall, and you see it saying, "The Return of Good King Ernie." It goes, "Ernie's coming back, but he needs your help. He needs you to go collect these tokens." Vincent said, "You know what this means." He said, "Wants you to collect these plot coupons. He wants you to get the plot coupons and bring them to his tower, and we can bring Good King Ernie back. But he needs you guys to do this because this is the world he made for you, and he needs you to buy in. Because there's some rules to this. Vincent wants you to know that The only way to stay in this world where you have all these powers is you all have to agree. Once you meet back up with Vincent, if you all agree to stay, you can stay here forever. You can manipulate, you can mind rape whoever you want to with your voice. You can have all these powers and all these things. You could keep them and be terrible people, Fred, or you can be great heroes. No interact.
Just keeps bringing it out.
But
you
all
never
have
get
to
a like you never bought a sports car and just wanted to speed a little bit.
Sports car?
Never mind. Either way, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was
Bad form.
whatever that was. Yeah. I'm sorry that I did that to you of my own volition and without any outside influence. He glares at Joey, side-eyeing him. He's trying to get me.
Alex is staring off into the corner, like deep in thought, and she's like, "We can almost see you're doing have anything we want here."
You can have whatever you want. The boss said the only thing is you all just have to agree.
So
stay here.
we could reunite and sync.
Yeah. He is at Valorous Taller in the Imperial District. You go there and you say, hey, we all want to stay. And this is amazing all of the time. But if you don't agree, if you all keep doing all your own things, this world will be destroyed. One more thing, though. You have to be alive to get a vote. I mean, I don't want to go into depth on that, but the dead don't get to vote. You know what that could mean.
Yeah. What?
I'm just saying. I mean, the dead don't get a vote. You'll have to agree to stay, or if you're just lame and just kind of like a geek, you could silently leave this round. Everybody has to agree. And that includes Vincent too, but only the living get a vote.
I mean, of course, Vincent's going to want to stay. He has all his hair back.
Good point.
Well,
speaking of the boss, where is he?
Oh, yeah. You see him kind of like hold out his hand and just like, does a little twist again, and you see some magic pop up, and you see this D20 kind of like, initially a D20, but then laid flat. And you see he is like a little bit, like this little red mark appeared deeper on the map. He goes, he's in the Imperial District. He's got some friends. I mean, he's palled up with Grand Admiral Thrawn and this guy named Xanatos. They're his right and left hand man. And they're in Valorous Towers with Valorous Industry.
That makes sense.
So
Awesome.
you just got to go to Valorous Towers. But he has a little bit of a job for you because he wants to bring Good King Ernie back first. And you see 4 different points pop up on the map. And he goes, I mean, do some different things. I mean, got to go those plot coupons. And he wants you guys to go to the Lectors Auditorium, as well as Heroes Lampoon. You see a different area in the map light up. Mount Ballad, and the Prep School Lagoon.
There's some real creative names. I'm seeing sort of a trend here.
I'm starting to realize I shouldn't have stayed away so long.
Well, to be fair, you always were the writer. I mean, all right. So okay, hold on. Let's dial things back a little bit, so we can have whatever we want. Can I have some of that beverage, please?
Roll me just a regular charisma roll. No Victor just died.
No voice. Yeah, I'm not trying to. Fred is figuring out that maybe the voice is bad. All right, so I got straight a 4, a 5, another 5, and a 6.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You see, like You didn't mean it. You love your old pal, Ugly. I mean, you're a little simple, but you're cool. You're cool. And he pours you a real big pour of the blue, probably absinthe. We'll say it's absinthe. The glowing absinthe liquor.
Jeez, I'd kiss you if you weren't so ugly.
Hey!
Oh,
You got it. You're all right. You
remember.
can't be just going around using the voice, but I mean, you got it. You got it.
I appreciate the lesson and the beverage. And with that, let's ruin
I guess
the liver.
where to first, everyone?
We also have one more thing. I mean, he just really wanted to make sure you knew how
of
awesome
course.
this place was. I mean, there's a secret in this room. It leads to something you guys always wanted to do. There's a secret in here. Boss wanted you to figure it out. But yeah, secret, life-changing experience.
All right, awesome. Yeah.
So,
Clear as
who on
always.
this group would have played Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah, what's up, baby? I'm your boy.
All right, Fred, you played Final Fantasy VII?
Damn right. I mean,
You notice kind of really incongruent with the usual design of Vincent's Taverns, and even with some of the additions you guys have put in and some of the Star Wars feel around it. You see this pinball machine just sitting in there. Nobody's like all of the creature, all the other beings around are staying away from that pinball machine. But you see that pinball machine and you're reminded of Seventh Heaven in Midgard and Final Fantasy VII with that little secret entrance.
Wait a minute. That was so many years ago. Jeez. I forget, do I have to play it? Or put us for... It speaks to Fred, so Fred wants to go speak to it. He'll approach it. Why not?
Does this thing need quarters, Stanley?
You see, like, Ugly looks behind him, like,
I'm clearly staring directly at him.
he still theatrically looked around. He goes, "Oh yeah, here's a coin for you. A boss gave it special." And he flips it over. Ugly though.
I don't know. It's a pretty sharp looking little thing. I've never seen one like it before. Fred, do your thing.
Oh, well, here he goes. And with that, he will slide the coin into place.
As you put the coin in place, you see, just like in Final Fantasy VII, and you all probably heard Vincent just rave an inordinate amount about that game. Usually he's a pretentious snob, but he loved that game and just sang its praises. You see it sink down just like in the game. And as it sinks down with you guys upon it, you start to hear like some music. And like I say music, you hear some real music, not like the boppy Zelda tunes. You hear some real grunge. And it takes you a moment, but you hear Nirvana kind of blaring through. And you guys knew Vincent's opinions about Nirvana. He always thought they're overrated. But you hear them blaring through. It's kind of the chords and all of their just tunes coming in as you guys get down closer into this different bar. And you see it's a concert venue. The concert venue you guys have always talked about wanting to play. You see it sold out. And you see above in big letters, main act, Orcus, opening act, Nirvana.
Wow.
So
Vincent legit put Kurt Cobain in here.
Oh, yeah. Kurt Cobain is there, alive and well.
And well.
His heart out. All right.
Yeah, a single tear rolls down Cerese's cheek.
you think we can ask him who? Well, never mind. I wonder if Courtney's here. Okay. Well, wait. We're not. I mean, are we dressed? Apparently, we're up, right? I mean,
And as you guys get down there, like as like the lift fully descends, you see like one of the people in the crowd like looks behind him, looks away from Nirvana just rocking the stage, and goes, "Oh, guys, it's Orcus! It's Orcus! Orcus!" And you hear this just big cheer go up, "Orcus! Orcus! Orcus!" And you see Kurt Cobain and a whole Nirvana crew get cheered off stage. You see your instruments brought out. What do you guys do? Are you playing? Are you leaving?
So I point at Fred and I'm like, you better not open with Strahd's Teardrops, okay? You better do something much harder than that.
God, but it was always so easy on my throat, and then it was like a good warm up. Fine.
I just kind of like reached my hand up and I just, miming a twist, and all of a sudden like drumsticks appear and just start flailing around, just like, all right, let's fucking do this.
Hell. But where's our foundation? Where's our base?
You see that? You don't see anything right away. You do see there is a base on stage though.
Fred, Wizard always arrives right on time, right?
And he would say that and be smug about it when he says it. All right. Well, he's gonna unique New York. Unique New York. All right. Watermelon. All right. Hell yeah.
Perfect. And we're going to take like a 3-minute break real quick. I'm going to run to the bathroom. We'll come back at 10:01 and finish up. So everybody, will see you in a minute. If you haven't yet, throw Die into the chat for your chance to win a copy of Volume 1. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone. If you haven't yet, throw Die into the chat for your chance to win a free PDF or free digital copy of the comic series through Amazon. But yeah, let's get into the meat of it. So the group just went down to the secret level of the tavern they'd always started their adventures from their good friend Ugly, and found a raging concert going on. Finding that their opening act was Nirvana, and Orcus, the band that God almost never was, is getting their opportunity to play their hearts out. So how's the crew handling this? What are you guys doing? Are you guys going in? Are you guys? What are you going to do?
Cerise is tentatively plucking at a guitar right now.
Yeah, I think we have to. This is our moment.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It would be nice to hop on a stage and not talk about Jesus for a bit. Switch things up.
Sorry.
Oh, I never told you guys what doesn't matter.
It might, but okay.
Well, not right now. It's on a rock.
When you guys climb on the stage, you hear just this chant. It's like almost obsessed chant of Orcus, 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 just blaring out as you guys get set up. So actually, Fred, I'll pick on you for this one.
Oh.
The group probably played some concerts before. What was probably like their best concert? And I know it probably wasn't that great of a concert, but what was like that pinnacle one that they did, that gig they landed, they never thought they would have?
Well, I think I want to pose this one to the group, though. I don't know how far we got. I mean,
for
were
it.
we just a high school band, or were we out there trying to make our own way in the world and trying to play at like spots?
I'd say
Because if it
maybe
lived and
like
died in
opening
school-
for a like opener of a bigger act at like a town festival, you know, so like maybe a fairgrounds, and there was like a pretty solid name there that came in, and that yeah, you know, we were kind of opener to the opener and felt like that was a damn cool thing.
Yeah. And they were late. So we were asked to go on longer. And it felt awesome.
Yeah.
Because, well, we can't leave the stage alone for that long. Keep going. You betcha. All right. So mid 90s, what band would we have opened for? Or we have opened for?
I thought it'd be a small band at a time that just blew like the hell up. Like at the time, like they were like kind of like just like a stage ahead of you guys, like just ahead of that garage band. But now
like pre-release Nickelback or something, like that kind of thing.
Yeah. I was trying to who the best. Somebody that was like just a step but ahead of you guys, but then just internationally famous.
Weezer right before the Blue Album.
Maybe Paramore.
There you go.
Yeah.
Strokes were 98.
Weezer's 94.
I think. Oh well, damn. Then I think.
Well, this would have been in the
Strokes.
90s, yeah. So.
So I think Strokes would make sense at that point because they were probably a thing. Either way, yeah, Strokes. Screw it. The Strokes were we were open for the Strokes, and the Strokes
open for the opener for the Strokes.
Yeah, we were the soft opener for the open for the Strokes, but the Strokes were late, and so was the opening band. So we got to rock out for a little longer at one hell of a venue. They might have been disappointed, but we sure as hell weren't.
Nice. Well, you guys, you get that vibes of that. You see like different things, like or kind of around from the venue that you were before when you played for the Strokes. Kind of in the crowd there, you see kind of those different kind of callbacks that just make you think of that. But it's like grander. These people are calling your name. It's far bigger. They're excited to see you. They're not mad you're there because their band they came to see is late. They're excited to see you. Joey, what song would you have wrote for an equation like that's hard to say. Occasion like this? What song would you go for? What's that kind of song for the group?
So can I twist that a little bit, Tegan? I think there was a regret that we had a song that was prepared, but I wasn't ready for it to be debuted, and I wove Fred off of it when we were extending, right? And I think we never did it live.
Okay.
And I think that's the song that we have to open with, right? Is like the song we didn't do that.
Do you have any thoughts on the name?
I think the only thing that's coming to mind right now is like Twin Blades in the Darkness or something like that.
That seems like a perfect band or a name for a band named Orcus. So that definitely fits. Orcus with the Twin Blades of the Darkness. All right. Well, you guys get into your kind of you get Alex, you get to drumming. Fred, you get in front of the microphone. Joey, Joey, are you playing the keyboard now, or what's Joey doing?
Yep. I think Joey walks up to the keyboard and starts doing the very melodic intro to Twin Blades in the Darkness, which I just realized is probably a song written for Driz Tuerden fighting Artemis Entreri in one of the Crystal Shard books, because that would have been published in the early 90s.
R.A. Salvatore.
Yeah, exactly, right? That's probably the height of nerddom. That's what the song is really about.
Cersei, you pick up the guitar, but time freezes for a second. Joey, you're aware that the time is frozen, and you look around and you see the giant bat of Orcus kind of smiling with its toothy maw at you. And he goes, "Are you prepared?" Oh, no, it's not that voice. He's Jack Black. "Are you prepared?" I don't do a good Jack Black. I don't do it.
That's all right. As long as I'm not Cage fighting Beelzebub, we're good.
You see, he goes, "If you rock out this concert, if you show them the band that bears my name can do, I owe you a favor."
And is there a specific definition of that?
I want this crowd. They're hyped to see you already. And you guys see him like shrug, got these weird big bat wings go up and down. But that's your buddy's doing. That's Vincent's doing. I want you to put on a killer concert. Something that could actually put you on the map in the real world.
Okay.
You see that? Time unfreezes. And we're going to do this as a little bit of a skill challenge. So I'm going to pick on different, or each of you guys for the role on this side. So with the guitarist, the drummer, the lead vocalist, the writer / keyboarder, you kind of see what you guys add to this piece. We'll have a role based on kind of what you go after. And with 3 successes, you guys will be able to rock that crowd, get Joey some favor with the god, as well as kind of accomplish that dream you all have had since you were kids. Difficulty for this one is 1, so that means it'll take away 1 success. So, does anybody want to go first, or I can kind of go around too?
Get started. Yeah, Joey.
Yeah, so what I think would actually be awesome is Joey does something that he normally didn't do, which is there was always a mic in front of the keyboard that he usually only used for backup vocals. And I think he just starts telling the story of how this song was never played. Like in this, there was a beautiful moonlit night in the summer of '98. And we were wherever we were, and it just started telling. So as the melodic thing is doing, I'm like trying to ramp them up. It's like, and this song has never been played before live, right? So is that kind of charisma or wisdom? What are you thinking, boss?
Charisma, but I'm going to give you 1 advantage. An advantage in this system isn't like D&D where you re-roll all the dice. You just get 1 extra dice to roll.
Okay, very cool. 6, a 5, and a 3.
Solid. You had so you just needed to beat 2, and you got 2. Oh, you got 2 in a special. So with this one, usually the specials like there's a equipment piece or something like this, but for a skill thing like this, we can add something to it. Joy, with that description, like what really makes it set apart? What really kind of gets the crowd leaned in, kind of anticipating the song? And feel free to, because you got your god behind you too. Feel free to like add like a little divine.
Yeah, I think as the melodic element is ramping up, we're getting ready for Fred to come in with the vocals. Orcus literally just comes, wings flapping, and lands on the back of the stage, overlooking us, and everyone can see it.
Nice. Yeah, you see the crowd reacting to Orcus, the eldritch god of rock. And yeah, the people, they recognize this and they just get hyped. You guys have 1 success out of the 3 you all need. Alex, we'll go to you next.
All right. So Alex begins kind of just that rhythm, bringing in, hitting that bass drum first, and then a little hi-hat in with it, and a nice snare fill to just drive right into the beginning of the song, and just back to that real steady, strong rhythm that she always provided the rest of the band.
Nice. Alex? What skill? Actually, I'll ask you, what skill do you think would fit that best? Kind of keeping that rhythm, getting the crowd going there.
I do think dexterity feels appropriate. Just
That definitely feels appropriate. Yeah. Go for it.
All right.
Add your, I don't know if you already did, but add your fool's dice to that too.
I did, yes. And I marked. So whenever I don't hit one of my symbols, I add a new one, and I almost added it to the number I got. So we don't get that yet. But I do have 2 5s.
Solid. Yeah, you got one more than you need, or exactly what you needed, I should say.
Does the difficulty apply to all of our rolls, or was it just to the skill challenge overall? Didn't you say
no, this was just this skill challenge. So for each roll, I'll set the difficulty between 0 and 2. So for this skill challenge, all of the rolls will have that one difficulty, so you have to get 2 successes at least.
So the difficulty takes away one.
Takes away a dice, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, takes away success. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Yep. So yeah, good there.
Sweet. Yeah. So that beat goes through. You got to get that initial drum roll, getting everybody just hyped up. They see Orcus in the background. They hear this just crazy beat. Alex is rocking her new mohawk, and just the crowd is getting hyped up. You guys have 2 out of the 3 successes with Cerise, the guitarist, Fred, the lead vocalist, left. How are you guys bringing it in?
I'll go next.
All
I
right.
think that feels appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cerise is gonna try and do some sweet shredding, as you will. What do I roll for that?
So shredding. So yeah, guitar shredding. Yeah, I would say dexterity, charisma, maybe wisdom even.
Okay. I'll try a dexterity here.
Perfect.
It's only 2. That's a 4 and a 5, and we're rolling with 1 advantage, right? Did I make that up? Okay. I was like, okay, a 4, a 5, and a 6.
Solid. Yeah, so you got an extra success as well, along with 6. So with that guitar solo, like, how does it go better than you'd expect? How does it even kind of amped up beyond what you'd think?
I think, Cerise is like sitting there and just starts like shredding, and is sort of looking down at the ground here, and like sees that there's like, I forget what they call them, but they're like pedals on the ground, and just like steps on just one of them. It's like, okay, let's figure it out. And it just adds like the perfect tone, and exactly what she was looking for.
See that perfect tone go through, and with one of the pedals, you see some fireworks, and some spark displays light up around, just kind of illuminating the Orcus banner as well as the real Orcus, the god, in the middle too. It's going to get into that crowd. 3 levels, so completely hyped, or not to say completely, pretty hyped up. Fred, put him over the top. How can you just really bring this home for him?
He's kind of almost like a conductor, almost, because he remembers the song, and that's why I wanted to go last a little bit. It's kind of like waiting for the keyboard, then the guitar. I'm sorry, then the drums, then the guitar. A sidelong glance at the bass that's just there, and then he's going to turn around and just belt out the first verse of this thing with gusto. We did not discuss any lyrics, and lordy,
if you've got lyrics, go for it, but definitely don't feel like you have to come up with lyrics.
I don't.
If you've got,
I don't. Was it Twin Blades in the Dark?
Yep.
Yes, in the darkness. Yes.
In the darkness. A blade in each hand, he'll deep in a man. Anyway.
I'm gonna give you an extra advantage for that one.
All right. So I imagine charisma, right? Yes.
No,
Charisma.
definitely. Yeah.
Yes. Let's. Okay. A 2, a 6, a 6, and a 5.
Nice. 2 6s. How? You're not using the, or are you using the voice?
After
Probably
the
not.
warning from Eugene, Mark, whatever his name is,
Harry.
he's kind of Harry. Yeah, that's what it was. He was Harry. He's kind of
You're a rock
like-
star, Harry.
he's kind of hesitant about doing that in front of a crowd of people. Oh, dictators, we hang them up by the feet and gut them. Yeah, no, not going down that road. So
Fred,
all Freddy
you
plays.
succeed so well. You almost wonder if you use the voice. How does that look? How does that look?
It feels like when I'm looking out at the crowd, all I see is love. Every eye filled with just admiration, respect, love, all pointed right at me, and I'm pointing right at them with my eyes. Hundreds, dozens of people, all of them making eye contact with me at the same time. My heart swells.
Nice.
And they feel it. They feel every little drop of that.
Be true admiration looking back at you. This isn't like when you try to do him ugly and his face looked like he admired you and his eyes looked terrified. True admiration looks back. You guys see as this all comes together, as the band finally gets to make that hit they never did, the crowd is going wild. And you see as that verse goes along, eventually that bass disappears. And you start to hear that steady kind of just tweak of the bass going in, keeping rhythm. And you see Vincent appear with his, not with the appearance you saw him with in the school. You see him with that same dark black suit, tie, the black sunglasses, the flaming hair, kind of coming down. The thing is, like he's kind of almost came in through the background. He's not like he's coming in to upstage you guys. You see he's coming in with that same just time-keeping piece. Almost like he's trying to keep the attention on you all, but he's trying to be a part of it. So the song, I don't know. Oh, actually, what do you guys do? So you got that first out. The crowd is going wild. You see Vincent appear. What is it? What are you guys doing? How does it react?
Does that song have a bass solo?
I'll let you guys decide. That's all have a bass.
I didn't write it.
There is like something like this whole time like felt like there's something more supernatural that obviously I think we've all experienced that going through whatever this is, but there's another thing that Alex is feeling, and as she's just drumming along, she just kind of like leans into it and her arms just ignite in flames, so just showing off, and so her arms are like on fire as she's going off, just this additional level of showmanship and everything, presentation, using this fire touch power that she just all of a sudden feels is there to utilize.
You see the crowd erupt as you're like drumming away, and then all of a sudden your arms catch spark and then a flame. They go wild for it. Does the group keep playing, or do they try to confront Vincent? Is the show going on?
I mean, I gotta stop it like mid performance. Hey, where the hell did you go, buddy? It seems a little right. It would mess up the flow. And well, okay, at the very least, I know Fred wouldn't because he's loving this shit too much.
Did we get from Joey what Batman wanted?
Oh yeah, with Joey, did you tell him about that?
No, but I think I sort of take the opportunity to just kind of flag to everyone just to keep it going, right? Like and maybe even say something into the mic to kind of pump everyone up. It's like, we're going to finish this one and we're going to go straight into the next one. So everyone hold on to your hats, right? Like that kind of thing.
Mm.
Nice. You guys play the shows of your life. Like this, like where you went wrong at that last one where you played for the strikes, everything went right here. The crowd is into it. And the crowd is into it to a level, and Joey, you get for sure confirmation from Orcus. This isn't just reality manipulation. This is true rock. This is true grunge. This is actually these people, these echoes, these things buying in to the performance you guys are putting on. And you just get that. From Fred, you get that admiration. Alex, you're on fire. You see the crowd vibing with the beat. Cersei, I did the whole second, but not Cerise.
Almost got through it.
I just gotta stop reading. But Cerise, the guitar riffs, just the melody, you see them buying in, you see them just kind of buy. You see people like strumming like a air guitaring as you're going through. And Joey, you see people reciting your lyrics. You see like a lyric go off, Fred says something, and you see people like going, "What? What?" and just like repeating it back to each other. You see them vibing with the words you put out. And you guys just have the show of your life. This is Orcus in your dreams. This is Orcus where you wanted it to be when you guys are around the table in the furnace room talking. And the song ends. You do see Vincent there, kind of like he's been quiet. Like he's not going for showmanship. He's just been quietly in the background playing the bass notes to the song. Do you get what's next to occur?
I don't know.
I think just looking towards our front man and taking cues from him.
Yeah, front man.
Yeah, I'm kind of envisioning the setup is like the drums are like super central, maybe a little off the ground, right? And then the keyboards and the bass are to either side, and then we got guitar and Fred out front. Like I think it really, like that's the show. Is the drums, the guitar, and Fred are really the show, right? It's pretty cool.
That makes sense. With Joey and kind of Vincent in the background a little bit.
Yeah,
definitely.
Vince, what the fuck did you do?
It's amazing, right? Actually, friends, you have a deep voice now. It's amazing, right? Look, the crowd. They're screaming our name. They're looking at you with, "I didn't do this." That you've earned that admiration. This world is what we need.
Okay, but what is this world?
It's our world.
Okay, I need a little more. Like maybe I'm just closed-minded about the whole thing, but I ask again, what the fuck did you do?
Fred, look at that crowd. I've seen that little rinky-dink church you preach at. And I know they may throw a lot in the tithe bowl, but have they ever cheered for you like that?
Okay, first, repairs are expensive. But yeah, okay, you're right. But, and I'm grateful. This is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I'll do this every night.
You can do this. That's what I'm giving you.
Okay. Yeah, but okay. Look, listen. What the fuck did you do?
This is Die. This is a world we created.
No, you created. And we're just along for the ride. And it's been a really cool ride. But, wait, should we get to the next song or?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. We're not done. We're not done. 1, 2, 3. He's loving this shit.
Get back into it. Just coming, like still coming, because you guys ace, no rolls necessary. Still coming together just perfectly, like almost dreamlike. As you all go through and just see the crowd rocking, screaming orcus, just all the craziness of a concert just really amped up to 11 that you'd imagine, and just really, but focused on you. You're not the opening act. Nirvana was your opening act. You all are a different level now. You see, it finally ends. You see some of the people, the curtain goes down, and you see the people starting to leave. You see Vincent just there with a smile on his face, his hair is still burning, sunglasses on, younger, buffer than you'd far expect. But he looks at you and goes, "This is what we wanted. I gave this to you, but we wanted this."
There might be
Yes,
some
right?
delicacies around the full intent of those statements or those desires there, Vince. Yeah, I think we all wanted to have this moment of being rock stars, and yeah, it was fucking cool. But this, it might be a stretch to say we wanted that.
Alex, we were cool with Ernie. You were friends with Ernie. Ernie is the good king of this world. You four can bring him back. I know ugly told you all that you could bring him back with a coupon. Just go get those coupons. Go get those plots. Just go see the different areas of this world I've made for you and bring Good King Ernie back.
By the way,
You have to
plot
raise your hand.
coupons. Plot coupons.
Yeah. Isn't that what you always called them? I leaned in this time, guys.
They don't say MacGuffin in a movie.
I was always partial to MacGuffin personally. It almost sounds like it's Irish. I don't know. But like our okay. So what's going? You're gonna have to forgive me and my incredulity and the whatever other words you want to throw to describe whatever the hell I'm feeling. But like, are we vegging out at that table back at the school right now with like drool coming down our faces? What's it like? What happened? Like, what happened to that life? I've got like bills and the car payment and rent, and like, is time freeze? Am I going to default on that? Am I going to have a
Matrix has been out in theaters by now, right?
Yes.
I think so.
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thousands or something. Or not
That was
really.
98 or something.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah,
90s.
early
I'm sure it was
2000s.
90s. Yeah.
I think it was very early. 2000s.
Yeah. Vince, are we just plugged in like the Matrix and what?
99.
If we're here, who's there?
Okay, I'm gonna level with you guys. I don't want you to freak out. Just listen.
We're gonna freak out.
No one's there. You're here. Time is going on. But you're in an amazing world. Fred, bills? Fuck bills. You don't need the bills. You've got a voice. You don't want to pay for something? You tell the people, hey, I'm not paying.
I
Joey?
did try that. It didn't go so well.
Well, none of us going to appreciate art. How often do you say that? People would always appreciate your art, but you're the artist. Make your art.
I ain't got nothing to go back to.
What about the dog?
You've been gods, Joey. What do you call a thing that controls gods?
I mean, you call it a godbinder.
You see, he smiles, and you kind of raises his hand up, and I don't know if any of you guys have read like the original Infinity Gauntlet, like Marvel comic books, like the OG ones. Basically, think the Mephisto scene where he's talking to Thanos. You see a big solid stone god come up. You bind gods, but if you bind the gods, if the gods are bound, you're a god. Here, just here. In the real world, no offense, you're a roadie nobody cares about, except me.
Jeez.
So if you're a god, you're gonna need a church. Always been pretty good. Never mind.
I mean, there's 4 places. Get those coupons, those MacGuffins, whatever you want to call them. We could bring good King Early back, and you could see what we've made.
Back where? Back to here or back to there? If he's not coming
It's
back
the
there,
world
what's the
that
point?
matters. That world sucks. That world has us boxing the poles, having to be people who were not, losing things we wanted. This is the real world. This is the best world. We can bring Ernie back to the good world, where he's not a janitor. He's a good king. He's a king people drink toast to every night. They sow his banner to honor him. We can make sure Ernie has a place he earned. Yeah, you know,
Is that?
go ahead.
Oh, is that his title here? Good King Ernie, or it's just
Good-
King Ernie?
Go, King Ernie, but they all call him Good King Ernie.
What was his last name?
Good.
What was Ernie's last name, guys? Like, why wouldn't they call him King? Whatever it was. Am I crazy?
P World. Ernie P World.
Flustered as you mentioned that. It doesn't matter what his last name is. It doesn't matter. He's
I think
Good
it would
King
matter
Ernie.
to him. Okay, whoa, hey man. I just, I mean, I'm not super big into like the way hierarchies work, but you know what? Never mind. King George, and George was just. I'm sorry. Okay. So good King Ernie, or the good king.
You know what his last name was, Fred?
I have no friggin' idea.
I'm not gonna ask Alex. I know Alex knows what his last name is.
I mean,
But nobody
probably,
knows.
right? Well,
Oh, Alex, did you actually learn Ernie's last name?
I would think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Feel free to come up with whatever you like, or even if you don't have anything, we can skip it too.
I don't know why, but Folgers just popped in my head. Ernie Folgers.
Wow.
oh, yeah. I guess I could see why I would go with King Ernie.
So, I mean, this
Why
world,
do we need to, run your errands to do this, to just live? If this is the now world we live in going forward, Vince, why do we need to do that stuff? We have to, if this just world gives us whatever we want, what does the rest of our trajectory look like in here?
Again,
I have to agree. Oh, go ahead, Joey.
Fugly Tie Boys plot hooks said the world is going to be destroyed if we don't bring back King Ernie. We got to pay attention to what Vincent set up. Yeah,
This world.
Yeah, I can't stop that. I can rework this world, but if you don't bring him back, if you don't say, hey, I want to stay, this world is destroyed.
But can't you rework it so that that's no longer the case?
Not that, unfortunately.
And what happens if it gets destroyed?
Yeah.
We just go back, right? Plug back into the Matrix.
Yeah. We can go. Yeah. But we don't want to do that though. We want to save it. But if we mess up, I mean, yeah. We don't need to go down that lane. We don't. It's a non-possibility. We're gonna save this world, and you're gonna stay here, and you're gonna love it. Joey, yeah, I know you got it. Right?
V, did you make the gods?
You made the gods. I didn't do it. I made your classes, but you all, the red mohawk, the black suit, the big great sword with the chipper personality, the gods, your brains did that with a little bit of magic. That wasn't me.
He's
That was
not
you.
in charge, everybody.
You could say that, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't say it that way, but yeah.
Wait, so you're just along for the ride?
He's
wouldn't-
playing a
I
part.
wouldn't say it that way again. No, this is our world.
All right. Can we like play something else, man? This is kind of scary. I mean, I was cool with like Parcheesi, but like it was just nice seeing you guys.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Jeez, Vince. I know. I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
You see
around.
Vince,
Please don't
like,
get mad.
his hair like went from like blue to like deep emerald, like glowing. He's got that same scrunched face up when you guys make fart sounds when he's going through a monologue right now. He's got that same like just. You like, he's got a deeper voice, but he's like you're not getting it. I made this for you. We're all in charge. But if you need extra help, I can bring extra help here. I could bring a dragon here. You know what? I could bring Darth Vader if I felt like it.
Can you bring
Or-
the McGuffin coupons here?
Evil Fraser Crane.
What? Yeah, like I just told you, I like that show. Like I
You
thought,
talked
like,
about it incessantly. You kept saying we
You
should
did
watch
talk about it
Frasier.
a lot. Yep.
dude. Yeah, well, it won a lot of Emmys. It was good TV.
I'm just saying,
Daphne was hot.
if you all four agree, would you make it to my tower? 'Cause, you know, in this world, my dad gave me his company. I run Valorous Industries. Not in the real world, it was sold underneath me. But if you all make it to my tower, and Alex, you get to meet Xanatos. Xanatos is here. He's my buddy. He's my right hand man. Gargoyles and shit. But yeah, if you all make it to my tower and you say you want to go home, all four of you, all four, I'll agree. I will say we go home back to the shitty world. But you won't want to after you make it to the four places. Once you see what Lecter's Auditorium and the crowds there have to say and have to hear, once you make it through Heroes Lampoon and fight alongside those old heroes we used to watch Saturday mornings, once you preach the word upon Mount Ballad or survive the prep school lagoon, you won't want to leave. This will be your home.
Wait. Hold on. You said Lecter's Emporium?
Lecter's Auditorium.
Wait, Lecter or Letcher?
Lecter.
Lecter, like what's that movie with the
Fred, I mean, I almost renamed it just because I knew you would say that. But no, Lecter is a speaker. It's a speech. Somebody giving it a good.
Oh,
not.
I thought it was gonna be like yeah, I thought it was gonna be like a cannibal thing. I don't know, man. It's a game. I'm just all right. I was genuinely concerned.
Fred, yes,
This is
yeah. It is a game, and that's what we're here to do. So, Vince, I will entertain you. Let's go visit your Disneyland of adventures, and I suppose then we'll see.
You see, he takes
Let's
like
get these coupons.
at that point, it calms down. That's all I asked. That's all I wanted. Just take a look. If you guys all agree, I'll agree.
all right. Which one's closest?
You see, well, it's a toss-up between Lecter's Auditorium as well as Mount Ballad.
Oh, kind of tired. I don't feel like climbing any mountains. You guys want to do the Lecter thing?
Yeah, we'll do the Lecter thing.
One auditorium to the other.
Yeah, right.
Every theme park rides a railroad. Let's get on to it.
And you see you mention railroad and like his hair like deepens in color. Yeah, he stutters for a minute. It's not a railroad. I just told you what the options were. You guys picked. You picked. You had choice. Yeah, you see him snap.
No.
You kind of hear like an ethereal voice go, "I'm done," and you see like another coin pop off of him. And you see him disappear.
Yeah, he's not even gonna do the quest thing with us, man. Damn it, Vincent. Oh, man. Like, go do the dangerous thing. I'm gonna be a puff of smoke.
Yeah. Well, I guess off to Hannibal Lecter Auditorium, eh?
Yeah.
God.
You hear like a deep sigh from that, like
The ground rumbles.
Oh, Cerise.
You get some creepy English guy like blowing weird kisses at you. You be careful, Cerise.
And that is where we'll wrap up today's session. So we'll come back part 2 as you all go through and collect the plot coupons and get to decide whether you are staying within the world or leaving it, or if anybody's going to die. So we'll come back Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time for that. So definitely come through. And before we go, we're going to raffle off. So we didn't have a crazy amount, but we do have a couple people in for this one. So let me put the raffle for it.
Nice.
T.M. You won the giveaway. So email me at teganjgaming@gmail.com and we'll shoot you over a digital copy of Volume 1 of the Die comic. But everybody also make sure to come through Thursday. We're going to be raffling off a PDF copy of the core rulebook for the Die system. So make sure you come through on that side. And we'll see you guys next time.